Welcome back to Horoscope TV.
Hey everyone, it's great to be back.
I am so excited for this one. But first, I want you to imagine something. Imagine finding this old sweater you gave up knitting a whole year ago.
Oh yeah, the classic unfinished project.
Right. You just shoved it in the back of your closet because you were totally tired of looking at it. But only now. It is freezing cold outside. And the universe is suddenly dropping that messy, unfinished project right back onto your lap.
And with a strict deadline to finish it too.
Exactly. A strict deadline. That is exactly the kind of energy we are looking at today. Because this entire episode is dedicated entirely to the zodiac sign of Virgo.
Just for Virgo.
Yep, specifically for the week of May 4 to May 10th, 2026. And I'm telling you, you really need to stick around and listen closely to this one.
Oh, for sure. It is a massive week.
It really is. This week is absolutely packed with intense planetary shifts. I mean, they are going to completely upend your daily habits.
Totally. The astrological charts are showing some wild stuff.
Like old forgotten work projects coming back from the dead to haunt your desk. And you are going to need a huge amount of patience to survive the drama coming for your love life.
It is going to be quite the ride for you. When we analyze the astro data for this week, it points to a very heavy, highly focused time.
Yeah, no time for just sitting around.
Exactly. You are not going to have a lot of time to just sit around and daydream. But, you do not need to panic.
No panic allowed.
Right. We are going to look closely at the mechanics behind all these big planetary movements. We are going to look at what Mercury is doing. We will track Pluto, and we will follow the moon as it moves through the sky.
Because we want to show you exactly why these things are happening. So you have a very clear map to guide you through the days ahead.
Exactly. A map makes it all manageable.
So I want to start by looking at the big picture of the week. Because right out of the gate, the energy is just, well, it's intense.
Very intense. May 5 is a big day.
Yeah, let's talk about May 5. Mercury is sitting in the sign of Taurus. Now, Mercury is your ruling planet, right?
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Mercury is the boss for Virgo.
So whatever happens to Mercury basically happens to you. And on this day, the charts show Mercury forming a very tight square with Pluto.
That is a major collision right there.
It is. Having this much mental focus, it feels like holding a magnifying glass on a sunny day.
Oh, that's a good way to put it.
Right. You can use that focused beam of light to clearly see a tiny, fascinating detail on a leaf. Or, if you hold it there a little too long, you can accidentally start a fire and burn the whole forest down.
Yeah, that focus can definitely burn.
So what exactly is happening up there? I mean, how do you handle this intense energy without burning yourself out?
Well, to understand why it feels so intense, we really have to look at the mechanics of what a square actually is in the astro data.
Okay, we'll lay it out for us.
Imagine two cars driving on different roads, and they meet at a sharp 90-degree angle. They arrive at the exact same time, and neither driver wants to hit the brakes.
Oh, wow. So a total crash.
Exactly. That is a square. It creates friction and tension. Now look at the two planets involved here.
Mercury and Pluto.
Right. Mercury controls how your brain works, how you process information and how you speak. And Pluto is the planet of the deep, dark underworld.
Ooh, the underworld. That sounds heavy.
It is. It is the planet of secrets, heavy truths, and total transformation. So when your mind crashes into the planet of deep secrets.
You get a brain that just refuses to stay on the surface.
Precisely. You want to dig deep.
So on May 5, you are basically turning into a private detective.
Oh, 100%.
You are not going to be happy just skimming the headlines. You're going to want to read the entire article, look up the author, and cross-check their facts.
Exactly. The astrological charts tell us that you're going to want to solve complex mysteries.
Like at work or with friends.
Both, really. If there is a missing file at work or maybe a friend is acting slightly weird, you will not stop digging until you uncover the hidden truth.
You just want the absolute bottom line.
Right. And because of this, the friction of that square means you'll have absolutely zero patience for small talk.
Oh, I can see that. If someone tries to talk to you about the weather.
Or what they ate for lunch, it is going to feel like nails on a chalkboard.
Okay, but think about the average person listening right now. If you are vibrating with that much intense, detective-like energy, you are going to drive yourself crazy.
Oh, and everyone around you, too.
Exactly. You cannot walk around all day treating every normal conversation like an intense police interview. That is a recipe for a total social meltdown.
It really would be. But the geometry of the sky actually offers a safety net on the exact same day.
Oh, thank goodness. What is the safety net?
Also on May 5, the moon moves into the sign of Capricorn, and we really have to look at why that
It's
matters.
because the moon controls your feelings.
Exactly. The moon controls your emotional reactions, and Capricorn is an earth sign, just like you.
So you have that shared earthy vibe.
Right. Earth signs operate on logic, structure, and things you can actually touch and feel.
Real physical things.
Yeah. So while your brain is spinning out trying to solve every deep mystery in the universe because of Pluto.
That Capricorn moon provides a heavy, solid anchor.
Exactly. It grounds you.
It is like tying a string to a balloon. I mean, the balloon wants to float away into the clouds, but the string keeps it tied to a heavy rock on the ground.
That is a brilliant analogy.
The Capricorn moon is the rock. It gives you practical focus so you do not get lost in your own thoughts.
That is exactly how it works. It keeps you focused on what you can actually control. But then we move to the next day, May 6th.
Uh-oh, what happens on May 6th?
Well, this is where the ground starts to really shift under your feet. On May 6th, Pluto begins its retrograde journey.
Okay, retrograde. That is a word people hear a lot,
Yeah.
and it usually makes them just completely panic.
Yeah, it gets a bad reputation.
So explain what is actually happening in the sky when Pluto goes retrograde and, what it matters for you.
Okay, so when we stand on Earth and look up at the night sky, all the planets are moving forward in their lanes around the sun.
Right.
But because Earth is also moving, there are times when we pass another planet. Sort of like a fast car passing a slower car on the highway.
Okay, I can picture that.
When we pass it, that slower planet appears to stop and move backward from our point of view.
Oh, so it's not actually going backward.
No, it's just a visual trick.
Hmm.
That visual backward motion is a retrograde. Now, when a planet appears to move backward, its energy turns completely inward.
Interesting. So it changes direction spiritually, too.
Yes. It stops pushing you forward into the future and forces you to look backward into the past.
And Pluto is the planet of deep change.
Exactly.
So if Pluto is turning inward and looking backward, what does that actually mean for someone listening to this right now?
Well, for you, Pluto is moving through the part of your astrological charts that controls your daily habits and your work routines.
Oh, wow. The everyday stuff.
Yeah. When it goes retrograde on May 6th, it starts a long, slow process of completely tearing down and transforming how you live your everyday life.
Tearing it down. That sounds intense.
It is. This is not a quick weekend project. It is a slow, deep change.
Like what kind of habits?
Everything. The way you make your coffee, the order you answer your emails, the route you drive to the store, all of it is going to come under review.
Okay, I have to stop you there. Because that sounds like a total nightmare.
I know. It sounds like a lot.
You know how much you love your routines. You rely on them to keep your busy life organized, having to totally tear down and change those habits when you are already dealing with a busy week.
It sounds incredibly exhausting.
It sounds like someone walking into your kitchen and moving all your plates and cups into different cabinets just for fun. Why would the charts do this to you?
It definitely feels frustrating at first. But Pluto does not change things just to annoy you.
It has a purpose.
Yes. It breaks down routines that are no longer serving you. Maybe you have a habit of checking your phone the second you wake up, and it ruins your mood for the whole day.
Oh, a lot of us do that.
Right. And you might not even realize it is a bad habit anymore because you do it every single day.
So Pluto retrograde forces you to look at that habit, see that it is broken, and fix it.
Exactly. It forces a much-needed upgrade.
But the heavy feeling of changing all those habits is going to cause some serious stress. I mean, is there a break in the weather? Or does it get easier?
It absolutely gets easier, but you have to wait until the end of the week.
Okay, so hang in there until when?
By May 9, we see a last quarter moon in the sign of Aquarius.
Aquarius. That's an air sign.
Yes. Think of Aquarius energy like a sharp, cold wind that blows through a dusty room. The last quarter moon is a phase of letting go and sweeping out the trash.
Oh, I love that, sweeping out the trash.
This moon phase will actively help you clear away the mental clutter that builds up earlier in the week. And then, the ultimate relief arrives on May 10th.
May 10th. What happens then?
The moon enters Pisces.
Ah, Pisces. That is a water sign, which is all about gentle feelings and just like going with the flow.
Yes. By the time that water energy hits on May 10th, the heavy lifting of the week is completely done.
So you get to relax.
You are going to feel completely spiritually refreshed. It acts like a cool wave washing over a hot, tired brain.
That is a beautiful light at the end of the tunnel.
It really is.
Now, if your daily habits are being upended by Pluto on Tuesday, that chaos is not going to stay locked in your house.
No, it travels with you.
Exactly. You are going to carry it with you right out the front door. So Let's look at how this shift in your routine crashes directly into your office life and your money.
This is a huge part of the week.
Because when Pluto goes retrograde on May 6, it is aiming straight for your desk.
It really is aiming right for your workspace. That area of your chart handles both your personal habits and your literal everyday work environment.
So the office is not safe.
Not at all. When Pluto turns backward, the past knocks loudly on your office door. This is where you get the zombie work project.
Yes, this is exactly what I was talking about at the start of the show. The sweater you gave up knitting a year ago.
The zombie sweater.
Only now, it is a massive report. Or maybe a client you thought you handed off to someone else ages ago.
And the worst part is, it is not just coming back for a quick review.
No, it is coming back because it is broken, and you are the only one who can fix it.
That is the hard truth. Someone else likely missed a crucial detail, and because you have that famous eye for tiny details, the universe is handing it to you to correct.
Ugh, that is so frustrating.
You are going to have to dig back into the old files and probably rewrite the whole thing.
It is super annoying. But, the good news is the astro data shows you actually have the gas in the tank to get it done.
You really do. You have a huge power source this week.
When we look back at May 5, there is a major energy source lighting up the sky. Mars forms a heavy square with Jupiter.
This is a massive aspect.
Break down the mechanics of this combination for us.
Well, Mars is the planet of pure raw action. It is the engine of a car. And Jupiter is the planet of massive expansion and huge growth.
So Jupiter is like a giant fuel tank.
Exactly. Now remember what we said about a square earlier.
The crashing cars.
Right. It is a sharp angle that creates friction. It is two forces colliding. So you have raw action colliding with massive expansion.
So you have a huge engine and endless fuel. But because it is a square, you might not have a steering wheel.
That is a brilliant way to put it. No steering wheel at all. This heavy square creates an explosive surge of motivation.
Like you want to do everything all at once.
Yes. You are going to feel a huge drive to network, to push your career forward, and to team up with powerful people. You want to conquer the world on May 5.
And this massive boost of energy is exactly what you need to tear through that zombie work project when it lands on your desk the next day.
It is the perfect fuel for a hard task.
But because there is no steering wheel, you have to be careful not to push too hard and crash the car.
Oh, definitely. You have to watch your speed.
Which brings us to a major warning I see in the charts for May 7.
Yes, May 7 has a very tricky obstacle.
There's a planetary event happening in Capricorn called a malefic besieged. And I just have to be honest, that sounds like a horrible disease or a medieval torture device.
It really does sound terrifying.
What does that actually mean when you are just trying to get through a normal Thursday at the office?
It sounds much scarier than it is, but we do need to explain the mechanics behind it. In the study of the stars, certain planets are called benefic because they bring easy, happy things, like Venus bringing love.
Okay, happy planets, got it.
And other planets are called malefic because they bring hard work, strict rules, or conflict like Saturn and Mars.
The tough planets.
Exactly. Now, besieged literally means being trapped or surrounded by an enemy army.
Oh, wow. So a planet in your chart is basically trapped between two bullies.
Exactly. Imagine your creative idea is a small, quiet car driving down a narrow one-lane road.
I'm driving along.
Suddenly, a broken down, heavy truck is stuck right in front of you. That is Saturn, causing a huge delay.
Ugh, I hate that.
And behind you, a loud sports car is honking its horn and riding your bumper. That is Mars, causing conflict.
So you're stuck in the middle.
Right. You have the engine running, you want to go forward, but the physical geometry of the road means you literally have no room to maneuver. You are trapped.
So in a real office setting, how does this actually play out?
Well, you might walk into a meeting with a brilliant plan to fix that old zombie project.
Feeling confident.
But then the projector breaks down right before you speak. That is the delay.
Saturn.
Yes. And then the one coworker who always argues with you decides to speak up and shoot down your idea before you can even show it.
Norse.
That is the conflict. So you are trapped between a frustrating delay and a stubborn coworker.
So what do you do? Because, my first instinct would be to yell at the coworker and smash the projector.
I think a lot of people would feel that way.
But I am guessing that is the wrong move.
Smashing the projector is definitely the wrong move. The secret here is to understand the nature of the trap.
Okay, what is the secret?
If you try to push the heavy truck out of the way, you are just going to ruin your own car. The advice from the charts is to rely heavily on your natural patience.
Just wait it out.
Yes. When you hit that wall on May 7, Do not try to force a fast result.
Hmm.
Accept that the road is blocked today.
So you just, like, smile at the stubborn coworker, pack up your notes, and tell them you will discuss it tomorrow.
That is exactly what you do. The planetary trap moves quickly. The road will clear on its own if you just wait.
Do not force it. Just wait for the traffic jam to clear. That is very, very practical advice.
It saves you a lot of headache.
Okay, let's pivot from the daily grind of the office to something everyone cares about, your money.
Yes, let's talk about finances.
Because the astro data actually has some sparkling news for your bank account.
It really does.
Let's look at May 5 again. Mercury forms a beautiful sextile to the North Node. Explain what a sextile does.
A sextile is an angle of 60 degrees between 2 points in the sky. Unlike a square, which causes a crash, a sextile is like 2 gears in a machine smoothly locking together to turn a wheel.
Oh, so it's a helpful angle.
Yes, it is a highly friendly, helpful connection. Now, the North Node is not a planet.
What is then?
It is a mathematical point in the sky that represents your ultimate destiny, your future path, and the direction you need to grow.
Wow. So your ruling planet, Mercury, the planet of ideas and talking, is smoothly locking gears with your future destiny.
Exactly.
What does that actually produce in real life?
It produces a flash of pure brilliance. The charts strongly indicate that on May 5, you are going to get a sudden, highly profitable idea for making extra cash.
So it's not like finding 20 bucks on the street.
No, this is not about winning the lottery. It is a practical, clever idea. The charts suggest it is likely connected to higher education or long-distance travel.
Okay, so maybe you suddenly realize you can take a 6-week online class to learn a new software. And that software will let you charge double for your freelance work.
That is a perfect example.
Or maybe you think of a way to sell your handmade crafts to a market in another country. I love that.
It is a very empowering transit.
But, human memory is terrible. When that lightning bolt hits your brain on May 5, you cannot just say, oh, I will remember that later.
Oh, absolutely not. You will forget it immediately.
Right. You will absolutely forget it. You need to keep a pen and a notebook right in your pocket. Write the idea down the literal second it happens.
I completely agree. You have to capture the idea before it floats away.
But while the charts are showing ways to build your wealth, they also show a massive pothole you need to avoid.
Yes. We have to talk about the danger zone with money.
Let's go back to that Mars and Jupiter square on May 5. We said it gives you motivation at work because it is a massive engine with endless fuel.
Right.
But when you apply that explosive energy to your finances, it becomes very dangerous.
It is incredibly risky.
Because Jupiter expands whatever it touches, and Mars is impulsive action. So you might impulsively expand your spending.
Yes, you might just throw money at things without thinking.
Uh-huh.
And specifically, the charts warn against mixing this energy with your social circle.
Oh, mixing friends and money. Never a good idea.
You absolutely must not lend money to friends right now. And if a group of friends comes to you with a can't-miss investment idea,
Like maybe they want to buy a rental property together or start a group business.
you have to say no. Firmly.
That is a tough position to be in. If your best friend comes to you and asks for a loan, it feels terrible to say no.
It does feel bad, but you have to protect yourself.
Because think about the mechanics of the week. You are already stressed about changing habits. You are dealing with a trapped feeling at work.
You are already under pressure.
If you add financial debt to a friendship under this sky, you are throwing a lit match to a bucket of gasoline.
The friendship will explode, and you will lose your money.
You have to keep your wallet totally and completely closed when you were with your friends this week.
Setting that strict boundary will save you a lot of pain.
Definitely. Now, to wrap up the money section, the end of the week gives you a perfect chance to get your house in order.
Yes, May 9 is great for this.
On May 9, during that last quarter moon in Aquarius, the sweeping energy of the moon is perfect for financial cleanup.
The last quarter moon sweeps out the dust.
So this is the time to sweep out the messy paperwork.
Exactly. You should spend May 9 focusing entirely on organizing your tax documents, paying off old debts, and sorting your bills.
It sounds so boring.
It might seem boring, yes, but getting all those papers perfectly lined up will guarantee you a feeling of total peace. It clears the mental weight so you can focus on bigger things.
And speaking of heavy mental weight, that frustration with your boss, the broken projector, and having to tell your friend you won't lend them money.
It all adds up.
Right. All of that stress does not just vanish into thin air. You carry that tense energy right home to your partner.
You really do.
So let's analyze what the charts say about your love life, your friends, and the people around you this week,
Mhm.
because the relationship sector is a total minefield right now.
It is very active and very complex. Let's start with what you actually want in a relationship this week.
Okay, what are we looking for?
On May 5, when that Capricorn moon arrives to give you practical focus, it also shines a bright light directly into your romance sector.
Oh, nice.
Because Capricorn energy is all about building strong, permanent structures, like a brick house that will survive a storm, you are going to crave that exact same stability in your love life.
So you are not looking for a quick, flashy date.
Not at all.
You do not want someone who is just like fun at a party. You want absolute loyalty. You want a partner who acts like a load-bearing wall in your life.
Exactly. You want total long-term security. But craving stability and actually getting it are two different things.
Oh, why?
The very next day, on May 6th, the charts show a massive disruption. Venus forms a harsh opposition to Lilith.
Venus and Lilith. We need to break down the mechanics of this because it sounds tricky.
Let's do it.
What does an opposition look like in the sky?
An opposition is when two planets are exactly 180 degrees apart, staring straight across the sky at each other.
Like they're having a stare down.
Exactly. Imagine two people playing tug of war with a heavy rope. They're pulling in completely opposite directions, and the tension in the middle of the rope is immense.
Okay, so who is pulling the rope?
Well, Venus is the planet of love, beauty, harmony, and peace. It wants everything to look nice and feel good.
And who is on the other end of the rope? What is Lilith?
Lilith is not a physical planet. It is a mathematical point connected to the moon's orbit, and it represents the hidden, wild, and rebellious parts of human nature.
The wild side.
Right. It is the shadow self. It is the part of you that does not want to follow the rules, the part that gets jealous, the part that holds on to secret anger.
Oh, boy.
So, when peaceful Venus is pulled into a tug of war with wild Lilith, your love life gets dragged into the mud.
It brings a wave of sudden, confusing drama.
Very confusing.
The way I picture this transit is like walking into a carnival and looking at your partner through a funhouse mirror.
Oh, that is a perfect way to describe it.
You know those mirrors that make your head look giant and your legs look like toothpicks? The mirror takes a normal person and distorts them into something weird and ugly.
Yeah.
Under this sky, your brain does that to your partner. You look at them, and suddenly you have an overwhelming urge to criticize them over the silliest details.
And the true danger of that funhouse mirror isn't just that things look weird.
What's the real danger?
The danger of Venus opposing Lilith is that you actually start to believe the distorted reflection is the real truth. You react to the distortion.
Yes. You might walk into the kitchen, see that they left a coffee cup on the counter, and suddenly, through the funhouse mirror, that coffee cup looks like a massive insult to your entire relationship.
It blows completely out of proportion.
You might think, they left this cup here because they do not respect me and they never listen to me. And then you start a giant fight over a piece of ceramic.
It sounds ridiculous when you say it out loud, but in the moment, the jealousy and the anger feel incredibly real.
So real.
You might feel suspicious of them for no reason at all, or the drama might come from the outside. A friend might make an odd comment about your relationship, or an old ex might suddenly send a confusing text message right when you are feeling insecure.
So my biggest advice to you, when you feel that sudden rage building up on May 6th, you absolutely must bite your tongue.
Yes, do not speak.
Do not say the critical thing out loud. Walk into another room, take 10 deep breaths. Remind yourself that the funhouse mirror is tricking you.
Because if you start the fight, you will regret it the next day when the mirror goes away.
That is vital. Practice total patience.
Absolutely.
Now, because the energy around relationships is this explosive, it is crucial to surround yourself with the right people to act as a buffer.
You need a good support system.
We analyze the relationship charts to see exactly who you should pull close this week and who you need to run away from.
The matchups are very clear.
I love looking at the matchups. Who is the absolute best person to stand next to when the sky is falling this week?
Your ultimate shield against the chaos this week is a Capricorn.
Capricorn. Okay.
Whether this is your romantic partner, your best friend, or a trusted coworker, Capricorn is the perfect match right now.
Let's dig into the psychology of why. I mean, we know they are an earth sign like you, so they deal in facts. But what makes them the hero of this specific week?
It comes down to how they handle the specific challenges you are facing. Think about May 5, when Mercury squares Pluto, and you want to dig into deep, serious truths.
Yeah, that detective energy.
A lot of signs would run away from that intensity. But Capricorn is built for serious conversations. They act as a psychological mirror for you.
Oh, I like that.
Virgos often carry the heavy mental burden of trying to fix everyone around them. You act as the caretaker. Capricorn is the only sign this week that does not need fixing.
They are already standing firm.
Yes, they allow you to finally put down your tool belt and stop working so hard to manage the relationship.
That is beautiful. You can just relax because they have their own life totally together.
Exactly.
And what about when Pluto goes retrograde on May 6th and all your daily routines get thrown into a blender?
When that happens, Capricorn does not panic. They value loyalty and tradition just as much as you do.
So they get it.
They do. So when that zombie project lands on your desk and you are stressed out, a Capricorn partner will not demand your attention or start drama.
What will they do?
They will likely bring you dinner, sit down quietly, and help you organize your files. Together, you build an absolutely unstoppable team that can weather any storm.
Okay, so keep a Capricorn on speed dial.
Definitely.
Now let's flip the coin. Who is the absolute worst match? Who is going to look at the explosive energy of this week and make it 10 times worse?
The charts flash a giant red warning sign over Sagittarius this week.
Sagittarius, why them?
Sagittarius is a fire sign. Fire is unpredictable, loud, and hard to control. Right now, a Sagittarius is operating on a frequency that is far too careless and wild for your highly organized, stressed-out life.
Oh, I see. While you are trying to survive the malefic besieged at work and you are biting your tongue at home, what is Sagittarius doing?
They are making loud jokes, ignoring their responsibilities, and adding total chaos to your environment.
That sounds exhausting right now.
Let's look at how they react to the planets this week. On May 5, we have that Mars square Jupiter transit.
The engine with no steering wheel.
Exactly. We know it gives you intense motivation to work. But for a fiery Sagittarius, that square makes them act incredibly recklessly.
Because Jupiter expands their natural fire, so they just burn completely out of control.
Yes. They might decide to take a foolish risk, like quitting their job on a whim, driving far too fast, or blowing all their money on a ridiculous purchase.
And watching them act so recklessly will cause your organized brain massive anxiety.
It will completely stress you out.
And it gets worse on May 6th, right? When the funhouse mirror of Venus and Lilith happens.
Oh, much worse. While you are trying to be careful and bite your tongue, Sagittarius lacks a filter entirely.
So they just say whatever comes to mind.
Yes. Under the influence of Lilith's wild energy, they might decide it is the perfect time to tell a highly inappropriate story that completely embarrasses you in public.
Oh no. There is nothing a Virgo hates more than being embarrassed in a public setting.
It is the absolute worst for you.
You spend your whole life making sure you look polite, proper, and totally in control. Having a friend yell something crazy in a restaurant is your worst nightmare.
It violates your core need for order. And by May 8, when the moon enters Aquarius, the unpredictable energy makes Sagittarius even more scattered.
So they become flaky.
Very. They will promise to help you with something, and they simply will not show up on time. They will leave you waiting.
So, for the sake of your own sanity, just give Sagittarius a lot of distance this week.
It is the safest bet.
Do not make plans with them. Let them burn off their crazy energy somewhere else.
Let them do their own thing.
Now, with all this tension, biting your tongue, avoiding chaotic friends, and dealing with the funhouse mirror, when do you actually get to enjoy being in a relationship?
The romantic relief arrives like clockwork at the end of the week.
Okay, good.
On May 9, that sweeping quarter moon in Aquarius gives you the power to actively release any old romantic baggage.
So if you were mad earlier in the week, it just goes away.
Exactly. If you held on to a grudge from the funhouse mirror day, May 9 is the day the anger simply fades out of your system. And then the true reward lands on May 10th.
The moon enters Pisces.
Yes. And Pisces sits exactly in your chart's relationship zone.
Which means?
The water energy of Pisces brings deep emotional magic. It washes away the logic and the facts for just a moment and allows for pure, sweet, unconditional connection with your partner.
The struggles of the week just melt away.
They do. You will finally feel that deep, loyal security you were looking for back on Monday.
That is a wonderful payoff.
Yeah.
But, living through the tension from Monday to Friday takes a serious toll.
A huge physical toll.
The stress of biting your tongue, the mental gymnastics of solving mysteries at work, the exhaustion of changing your habits. Your physical body is going to feel every single bit of that.
Absolutely.
Let's transition into how you need to take care of your body and your mind this week, because you cannot separate the two.
You really cannot. For you, the connection between mental stress and physical health is a direct wire.
So what happens to the mind happens to the body.
Exactly. Let's go all the way back to that intense May 5 alignment. Mercury square Pluto. We talked about how it turns you into a private detective who wants to solve every mystery.
Right. Digging for the truth.
The problem is your brain uses physical calories to do that heavy lifting.
People forget that. Thinking hard actually makes your body tired,
It really does. And the friction of the square can cause severe mental exhaustion. Your brain is running like an engine at the absolute maximum speed.
which leads to total burnout.
And totally unnecessary worry. You might find yourself lying awake at 2 in the morning, staring at the ceiling, stressing over a scenario that has a 0% chance of ever happening.
Your brain just will not shut down.
Exactly. It just spins.
So you have to manually cut the power. You must give yourself absolute permission to turn off your highly active mind. You have to force yourself to just relax.
You have to schedule the relaxation.
This is not the week to watch a complicated documentary about history. Watch a silly, terrible comedy movie. Read a trashy novel that requires zero brain power. You have to force yourself to hit the off switch, or your battery will run completely dry.
That is exactly what you need to do to protect your mind. But the Asker charts also show a major physical challenge.
What kind of challenge?
We need to look at the May 6 Pluto retrograde again. We know it hits your work routines, but that same sector of the chart strongly rules your physical health and your daily diet.
Oh, so Pluto turning backward is demanding a transformation in how you treat your physical body, too.
Yes, the retrograde energy insists that you abandon toxic habits.
Like what?
Well, if you have been living on stale coffee, skipping lunch, or eating fast food because you were too busy working, Pluto is going to throw a red flag. It is time to totally transform your diet and establish a new, healthier routine.
Okay, I have to step in here and defend the listener.
All right, go ahead.
Think about everything we have talked about. On May 6, you are telling them their relationship is going through a funhouse mirror of jealousy.
Yes.
Their work routine is blowing up. An old, broken zombie project just landed on their desk. And now, on that exact same day, you are telling them they need to completely overhaul their diet and start a new health routine.
It sounds like a lot, I know.
That is a recipe for a total breakdown. You cannot tell someone to climb a mountain while they're already carrying 3 heavy suitcases. How on earth can you balance that without snapping?
It is a completely fair point. It sounds like entirely too much pressure to put on one person, but we have to remember how a retrograde works mechanically.
Okay, remind us.
Pluto retrograde is not a 24-hour event. It is a slow, grinding process that lasts for months.
So you don't have to fix it all on Tuesday.
Exactly. You do not need to wake up on May 6 and suddenly become a perfect health guru who only eats kale and runs 5 miles a day. That would be impossible.
So how do they handle the energy of the chart without failing?
By starting incredibly small. The chart is asking for the beginning of a transformation. You use micro habits.
Micro habits. Give me an example.
Maybe on May 6th, your only change is that you drink 1 extra glass of water before you have your 3rd cup of coffee. Or you take a 5-minute walk around the building before you go back to your desk.
Just tiny little steps.
Yes.
Huh?
You begin the transformation gently. Do not punish yourself for not being perfect.
I love that. A micro habit. Just drink the water. Do not throw out all the food in your kitchen, because if you try to do it all at once, your body's going to rebel.
And the charts actually show physical tension building up later in the week anyway, right?
Yes, they do.
The astro data points to May 8 as a day when the physical toll really peaks. The moon enters Aquarius on this day.
And Aquarius is air, so it's active.
Aquarius energy is very electric. It moves fast and can feel a bit erratic. When this electric energy hits your tired system, you might feel tension settling right into your physical muscles.
Ooh, like tight shoulders.
Exactly. You might develop tight shoulders, a stiff neck, or a headache that wraps around your temples.
So popping a painkiller might not be enough. The charts suggest exploring unusual healing methods to cope with this specific type of stress. Why unusual?
Because Aquarius rules the unusual, the modern, and the alternative. Traditional methods might not work as well under this moon.
So what should they try?
To get the energy flowing properly through your physical body, the chart points toward things outside your normal routine. Acupuncture is highly recommended right now.
Oh, interesting.
The tiny needles help unblock the trapped electric energy in your muscles.
Or what about sound therapy? I have heard that matches Aquarius energy perfectly.
It absolutely does. Sound therapy is perfect for this.
How does that work exactly?
You lie comfortably in a dark room and listen to the deep, resonant vibrations of crystal bowls or heavy gongs. It works directly on the nervous system.
So the sound actually heals you.
Yes. The sound waves literally travel through your physical body and shake loose the tight knots that the malefic besieged and the funhouse mirror created. It bypasses the logical brain and heals the body directly.
That sounds incredible, just letting the sound wash over you and break up all the stress.
It is very powerful.
And speaking of washing things away, the very next day, May 9, is the ultimate day to clean the slate.
Yes, May 9 is the last quarter moon. We talked about how this sweeps out mental clutter and helps you organize your taxes.
Right.
Well, physically, the energy of letting go means it is the absolute perfect time to take a long, incredibly warm bath.
Lock the door, turn off your phone, and do not let anyone bother you.
Exactly. Put some heavy Epsom salts in the water to draw out the toxins. Just soak in the heat and actively release the heavy, nervous energy of the week.
Just visualize it leaving your body.
Picture the frustration of the stubborn coworker, the exhaustion of the zombie project, and the tension of biting your tongue all flowing out of your muscles and into the water.
And when you pull the plug, let it all literally wash down the drain.
That is a perfect physical reset to prepare you for that sweet Pisces moon on Sunday.
Okay, as we move through this total obstacle course of a week, you are going to need some simple, practical anchors to keep you focused.
Anchors are so helpful right now.
I want to build out your weekly toolkit. We are pulling this straight from the charts. Let's look at your colors, your numbers, and your key dates.
Excellent. Let's start with color.
First up, the color of the week. The Astrodata says the color you need to focus on is navy blue.
Navy blue is an incredibly important tool for you to use right now. Let's analyze the psychology and the frequency of this color.
What does navy blue do for the brain?
Navy blue is deep, dark, and highly grounding. It is not loud, it is not flashy, and it does not demand attention like a bright red or a yellow. It represents quiet authority, deep wisdom, and serious focus.
Which is exactly what you need when your brain is racing.
Exactly. This color perfectly matches the serious, loyal energy of your best match this week, Capricorn.
Oh, that makes sense. It ties back to them.
It acts as a visual bridge to that strong earth energy. It also perfectly supports the deep mental focus required when you are dealing with those complex mysteries on May 5.
So how do they use it? Should they, paint their house?
No need to paint, you just use it as a visual anchor. Wear a sharp navy blue sweater to the office on the day the zombie project comes back.
Simple things.
Buy a heavy, dark blue notebook to write down that brilliant money-making idea. Even just using a favorite navy blue pen can help.
It just acts as a reminder.
When you look at the color, it sends a signal to your brain to drop the anxiety, stay calm, remain professional, and lean into your patience.
It is basically a wearable shield against the chaos.
Exactly.
Next in the toolkit, we have your lucky numbers. The charts give us 6 specific numbers for the week. 6, 15, 22, 31, 44, and 58.
Those are powerful markers.
How do these numbers work? I mean, is this about playing the lottery?
As we discussed earlier with the Mars and Jupiter square, this is absolutely not the week to gamble your money. Do not buy lottery tickets.
So what do the numbers do?
Instead, think of these numbers as little signposts from the universe. Because the numbers are mathematically tied to your specific astrodata this week, they act as markers to show you that you are on the right path.
So you should just look out for these numbers in your normal daily life.
Yes. Perhaps you are organizing those messy tax documents on May 9, and you notice the number 22 or 44 keeps appearing on the most important pages,
Just catching your eye.
helping you find exactly what you need. Or think about May 5, when Mercury sextiles the North Node, and you get that flash of brilliant inspiration for making extra cash.
Right.
Maybe you look at the clock, and it is exactly 3.15, tying in the number 15.
Huh?
Or maybe the online class you need to take costs $31.
I love that. When you see the number 58 on a license plate while you are stuck in traffic, it is just a little reminder to take a breath and stay patient.
It really is.
Take a moment to pause and pay attention to what you are thinking about right when you see the number. It is the universe giving you a wink.
A very helpful wink.
Okay, finally, let's look at the calendar. The charts highlight 2 specific days as the absolute best dates of the entire week, May 5 and May 7.
Yes, May 5 and May 7 are your peak power days.
Hold on just a minute. I am looking at my notes here, and we have a major contradiction.
What's the contradiction?
Earlier, we looked at the exact same astro data, where we clearly saw that May 7 is the day of the malefic besieged in Capricorn.
Yes, the trap.
We spent 10 minutes talking about how May 7 is the day you get trapped. It is the day the projector breaks, the stubborn coworker yells at you, and your creative idea hits a brick wall.
That is all true.
Why in the world would a day filled with frustrating delays and a trapped feeling be considered one of the best dates of the week? That sounds like the worst date of the week.
It is a very natural question, and it requires us to completely reframe how we view success and challenges.
Okay, reframe it for me.
Yes, May 7 has a block. The road is blocked by the truck and the sports car. It brings a deeply frustrating delay. But surviving that stubborn delay with your famous patience is exactly the action that proves your absolute strength to the world.
Explain that. How does being trapped prove your strength?
Think of it like going to the gym. If you go to the gym and lift a feather, you do not get stronger.
Because there's no resistance.
Right. It is easy, but it is useless. You have to lift the heavy weight. You have to face the resistance. If every day at work was easy and everyone agreed with you all the time, you would never grow.
And no one would see what you're capable of.
Exactly. No one would ever see how capable you truly are. When you face that roadblock on May 7, you have a choice. You can have meltdown, smash the projector, and look unprofessional. Or you can choose to stay totally calm.
You smile at the stubborn coworker, pack up your bag, and say, "We will solve this tomorrow."
Exactly. And when you do that, you conquer the obstacle mentally. You do not let the trap break you.
It shows your character.
Conquering that obstacle proves your massive value at work. The boss watching the meeting sees how cool under pressure you are. Overcoming that specific challenge sets you up for huge success and respect down the road.
So the hardest day is actually the most rewarding day.
That is why the charts mark it as a power day. It is one of the most rewarding days of the week because the victory is so much sweeter when you had to bleed a little bit to earn it.
Wow, that completely changes the perspective. May 7 is not a day to hide under the covers and call in sick.
No, you have to show up.
It is a day to step up, put on your navy blue armor, use your patience, and show every single person in the room exactly how strong you are. It is the gym workout for your soul.
Precisely. You take the most difficult energy the sky can throw at you, and you use it to build your own authority.
We have covered an incredible amount of ground today, analyzing every corner of the sky for you.
It has been a huge journey.
Let's do a quick summary of this journey so you can keep the most vital pieces of information right at the front of your mind. This week is all about intense, laser-like focus. You are going to be using your mental magnifying glass to uncover the hidden truths around you.
But you must make sure not to burn yourself out in the process.
Right. Remember that the past is going to demand your attention. When Pluto shifts backward, you will have to finish old tasks, fix broken projects, and slowly begin the long process of transforming your daily habits in your diet.
And socially, you absolutely must avoid wild, fiery friends like Sagittarius who will only bring chaos and public embarrassment into your life.
Instead, lean heavily on the solid, practical strength of Capricorn. Keep your wallet totally closed around your social circle. And above all, you need to take very gentle care of your physical body to survive the mental stress.
Hydrate. Seek out unusual healing like sound therapy and take that long, hot bath to wash the tension down the drain.
If you rely on your natural gift for patience, keep your boundaries strong, and trust the process of the retrograde, you will navigate these intense planetary shifts beautifully.
The astro data has given you the complete map.
You have the map and you have the tools. You are completely prepared for whatever comes through the door. Now, before we sign off, I want to leave you with one final provocative thought.
Something to think about during the week.
Something for you to chew on as you move through your days and face the challenges ahead. We talked heavily about things coming back from the past, the zombie projects, the old habits, maybe even an old ex sending a text.
The past is definitely a theme.
So if an old habit or forgotten project lands on your lap this week, ask yourself this deep question. Is it returning because the universe knows you finally have the skills to fix it? Or is it returning simply to test you, to see if you are finally strong enough to throw it in the trash and let it go forever?
Oh, that is a powerful question.
Think deeply about that as you organize your desk. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Horoscope TV. We love analyzing these charts and bringing the secrets of the sky right to you.
It has been wonderful. Thank you for joining us.
Please make sure you hit subscribe so that you can get notified the exact moment our next episode is available. Stay calm, wear your navy blue, and have a wonderfully focused week.